Got some of my tools out, and last major part of welding on the truck is going to be just this cosmetic part on this tailgate, and I want to get that done today. That's what we're going to do. As you can see, where I hit it a little bit with the grinder and sander, looks like there's a fair amount of body putty in the tailgate. You can see the ripples right here. I don't know what in the hell that's all about. It doesn't appear that the tailgate's damaged, but I'm going to try to put a patch in without a whole lot of fuss and see if that can be done. Now, the way I've been doing this before is making templates and then bringing them in. And what I've been finding is that leads for some imperfections. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to nibble it out a little bit oversized, and then I'm going to adjust it as necessary with the grinder until I can get it flush. So this is going to be a flush install. It's not going to be an overlap. And this is 22 gauge sheet metal, a 12 by 24 sheet. Cost you about $9 at the hardware store. And that's approximately what's in here, something like that. It's close enough that only the devil will care. And here's our piece that we nibbled out. And you can see how oversized it is. It's about an 1/8 inch or something like that, 1/16 inch. So we're going to take the grinder and smooth out the edges and get it, the contours. See, not everything's flush, or not everything's flat or whatever. We're going to get it contoured and try to get it in there as nice as we can with this minimal gap as we can, so when we go back to weld it, it's not going to be a nightmare on the welder. We can just get it welded up nice, grind it down and be done with it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any body putty. If it was a nice truck, if it's something other than a war wagon, I'd use body putty. But this is just going to have some precision grinding on the welds, and we're going to be done. And I believe that's about as close as we're going to get. So we're going to go ahead and start tacking it, tugging on it, positioning it, run a little stitch, and then weld it up. I think she's tacked about as good as we're going to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and start stitch welding, a little spot welding, and move around so that no one place gets hotter than the other, hopefully, and warp and bend on us. So let's take a look, see what we can do. Mind you, this is the war wagon, and we're not trying to fix a BMW or put a man on the moon, so this may not be perfect in the end, but it will be perfectly functional. I'm about 3/4 done, halfway done. Looks like bubble gum, but hopefully the blessing of the China freight grinder will bring us down to a semi-smooth surface. Oh no, it don't look too bad. Can't leave it like that. There she is, all welded up, and it's the LLS welding technique. Looks like shit. I don't know, it's not that bad. Then we'll come back and grind it and see how bad we warped it up. It's got to look better than the hole, that rust hole that we had. Oh, there it is, welded up. The only way to really tell exactly how our contours are doing and everything else is to throw a little paint on it. Then you'll be able to see it a lot better. The way it is, it's hard to tell what's what. Well, there's a spot that's been patched on the tailgate, and then there's a piece that I cut out so you can see what the difference is. It looks a lot better, but did end up finding there's a pinhole. I'll come back and touch that up later. It's no big deal. That's nothing compared to what it was. Looks like ass, but it'll work.